We're here with head women's soccer coach Travis Connell. Travis, 2018 season is here. You guys have ran through a few practices out at Harrington Field. How have things gone so far for the team?
It's gone really well. We've worked the players incredibly hard these first 3 days, and they've responded in kind. They have big goals for the season, and you can see it in the way they're working in the first 3 days, regardless of fatigue or pain or being tired. They're able to keep pushing and giving a great effort so far. So that's encouraging to the coaches.
You guys have been out here for a few days. You have your first exhibition game this afternoon up across the border against the University of British Columbia. What are you hoping to see out of the team as they hit the field for the first time in that true competition mode?
Sure. Well, we're looking forward to seeing them play. It's been 6 months since we've played a game or so, so it's great to be able to see the players play, where they're at. In training, they're working really hard, but in the games, we'll be able to see another aspect of where they're at. So we're evaluating that, as well as getting them time together, right? Different groupings of players together to be able to evaluate personnel groupings, so we can come up with a plan for the rest of fall.
You guys will have 3 exhibition games against Canadian schools, hosting Victoria at home on the 24th. And then you go right into a really tough non-conference schedule. UC San Diego, Point Loma, Colorado Mines, MSU Denver. What's the theory behind your scheduling this tough early, and how does that prepare you for the rest of the season?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind having those tough games a little later in the season, but the way it works, with the way the conference schedule's set up, the only time to play these matches is at the beginning, and we're definitely not going to miss out on the chance of playing in those type of games. We wouldn't have it any other way. It's the games that our players love to play in, the games that are challenging, that will push you, that matter. They're going to have playoff implications, and so those are the kind of games we like to play, and that's one of the reasons, hopefully, the main reason why we're doing this is because we enjoy doing it, we're passionate about it, and so we can look forward to and get up for games like that, which in the end will only make us a better team.
It's kind of early to ask this question, but a couple days in, what do you think is going to be the calling card of the 2018 Vikings?
It is early to ask that question. This is my favorite time of year, right? Because we're trying to figure those things out, and I'm always surprised every year. No matter what you think it's going to be, there's a little nuance here or there. Someone steps forward. There's some other dynamic that happens on your team that you're pleasantly surprised about. And so I enjoy trying to answer that question. I don't have all the answers yet, but this is a very experienced group, so we're not going to be easily rattled. And I feel like if there's one word, it would be grit, because they work so hard. They've got this blue-collar mentality despite successes. They are just hungry for the next play and proving themselves. And so I feel like in some way or form that grit will show out in who we are as a team this fall.
Heading into the season, this is a program that has sustained a lot of success for over a decade. How do you do that from team to team, from player to player? How do you manage those expectations, and how have you guys been able to sustain the success for so long?
It's the players. You have to find the right players, and so some of it is the players that we recruit and the character that they bring to this program. Some of it is learned from the school and the people that they're surrounded by and impacted at Western, only make them a better person than they were when they first started here. And then, of course, there's a legacy that they leave when they move on. They've left an imprint on the next generation that comes through. So it all starts and stops with the players, their character, what they want to accomplish, their individual talent, and it moves from year to year to year.
You guys returned a lot of players from last year's team. You guys advanced to the West Regional Championship once again. We're going to get to visit with other players and other names down the road after games and during the season, but talk about your senior forward, Gabriella Pelosi. She's coming off a great All-American season last year. She's put up some great goal-scoring numbers. What are you expecting out of your senior forward, and how excited are you to see her on the field one last time?
Very excited. Gabby is fun to watch. If you can start there. She's just exciting to watch. She wins games that you don't think you're going to win. She makes amazing plays. So it's worth the price of admission to see what Gabby's going to do in that match. And so Yes, she's progressively improved and added things to her game, and I feel like the last final piece is consistency. That's been the biggest message that we have been working with her is consistency, right? Because she has the talent and she's producing the moments, and now it's about being able to do more of those moments, more of the time, and she's really bought into it and working hard.
You've had some very good goalkeepers over the last decade during that span where you've had so much success, from Jamie Arthurs to Ashley Hayden to Ashley Homer. You're going to have a new person in goal this year, and most likely to be redshirt sophomore Natalie Derricks. Can you give a little scouting report on Natalie, what she brings to the field as she is a leader, and how excited you are to see her in goal?
I'm glad you mentioned leader, because even though she's a redshirt, she is taking on some of that role as a leader, and you love to see that in a goalkeeper. They see the field, they have the best view of the field, and the most time to be able to communicate what they see to the team. She's a great kid, super character, believes in the team first attitude that our team is built around, our program is built around. And on top of that, she's a great shot stopper, great hands, probably the best goalkeeper we've ever had with her feet. So that adds a dynamic and something that we're going to be able to use as an advantage for us this season. So we're excited to have her between the posts.
Great. So we do this interview. Behind us is Harrington Field, and it's been a great home field advantage for the Vikings since they moved back to campus in 2014. Explain that atmosphere, what that does for your program, and how it's been to have this on-campus facility and to play home games at Harrington Field.
It makes me think of the word pride. I mean, we really have a lot of pride every time we come to practice here, every time we play here, not just because it's a gorgeous facility, but because it represents our school and our community here. And we do. It's a huge advantage when we get to play at home, and our record in the past has really reflected that.
Great, Coach. Thanks for spending time with us. We look forward to seeing the team on the field for the 3 exhibition games. Season opener is August 30th at Point Loma. Home opener is September 6th versus Holy Names. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.